Alright, chat, welcome back. We got some shit to talk about. Number one, yes, we will be doing the steel cage match today. The second match will be moved to tomorrow. I got a lot of news to go over first before we get to that match. We are going to react to some videos because I want to kind of speed things up a little bit today. I could go to Twitter. I think I'm going to incorporate Twitter in a lot of my news videos just because I don't really see anyone else doing it. I think that could separate me and make things a little bit different for me personally. So I think that's what we're going to do. But today, we are going to talk about last night's Raw. I didn't get to watch. I was busy with the missus on stream with you guys. Kind of took some time off after I got off stream. Just chilling with my lady, stuff like that. But I did see some highlights. And what we are going to watch first is these two videos. Let me pull up another YouTube page too while I'm at it. Oh, they put Wars Collide on there on YouTube. That's cool. We'll do. Oh shit! I know that's gonna be crazy. All right, don't get too ahead of myself. So
that was one of the wild.
All right, we love the great one on this this YouTube channel and on this Twitch stream. So most of my news does kind of come from him sometimes. But that's not the case. I mean, that's not the point. The point is, he's a great YouTuber. We're going to react. Here we go.
Wildest Raw episodes I've seen in a while.
Oh my god, fucking R-Truth cutting his hair was crazy.
We cooking again. Punk versus Cena. Truth cut his hair on live television. LA Knight is coming for Seth Rollins and a new world heavyweight champion. I can't be the only one who doesn't know how to feel about that. I'm confused, frustrated, excited. I'm sad, but I'm eating. In love with the way the ring general I'm seeing. Nobody saw this coming. I was 100% sure we're going to see Bill Goldberg. He's going to attack Gunter. Jey Uso retains Gunter versus Goldberg. That was the most logical scenario. It made sense whether you like it or not. Goldberg is going to have his final match, and I thought it's going to be against the Ring General Gunter. But I was so sure Jey Uso was retaining by some shenanigans. Man, there is so much to talk about when it comes to this Raw episode. Most of it is actually really positive. You know, WWE are all about ups and downs, especially.
Hold on. Y'all didn't tell me my what's name wasn't showing? Y'all gonna tell me? Jesus Christ. Chat. We slacking today. Alright, my bad. My fault. I'm so sorry.
Seen in a while. Bold fraud, are we cooking again? Punk versus Cena. Truth cut his hair on live television. LA Knight is coming for Seth Rollins and a new world heavyweight champion. I can't be the only one who doesn't know how to feel about that. I'm confused, frustrated, excited. I'm sad, but I'm eating. I'm in love with the way the ring general I'm seeing. Nobody saw this coming. I was 100% sure we're going to see Bill Goldberg. He's going to attack Gunter. Jey Uso retains Gunter versus Goldberg. That was the most logical scenario. It made sense whether you like it or not. Goldberg is going to have his final match, and I thought it's going to be against the Ring General Gunter. But I was so sure Jey Uso was retaining by some shenanigans. Man, there is so much to talk about.
We work tonight? Yeah. I'll be in late though, because I got some stuff I gotta handle before I get to work. But yeah, I'll be there.
When it comes to this Raw episode, most of it is actually really positive. You know, WWE are all about ups and downs, especially right now. But I'm so glad we got a Raw episode where I'm like, I could make like 2 or 3 separate videos about this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this episode was generational, but we actually got some serious story development, some exciting stuff. So why don't we just start?
Instead of having Jay go back and team up with Jimmy, why doesn't he just go heel? Like, make him spiral a little bit.
Talk about it, people, but before that, make sure to smash this like button. No, wait! The subscribe button! Every single subscribe and like counts. The show kicks off with John Cena.
Make sure y'all sub and like, man. If y'all see us on YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe and like, bro.
Calls R-Truth support meaningless and calls everybody keyboard warriors. Gotta love when WWE wrestlers speak directly at ya. He talks about his retirement tour. It's now down to 19 dates. Now he wants real competition. He defeated everyone from R-Truth to Cody Rhodes already. CM Punk interrupts. This is what we've been waiting for, people. Punk, Cena, probably should have done it at Money in the Bank. because, well, we'll get to that. CM Punk is not here to defend the company, corporation, he's here to defend the fans. The fans are his boss, not the final boss. He accuses John Cena of taking shortcuts, and this championship is all about obsession. I see what it did to you. I had the same problem. This championship turns people into monsters. To defeat the monster,
It does.
I need to become one again.
Like, there's like a. I wish they would talk about it more. Like the championship curse that it has on wrestlers, bro.
Again. He challenges John Cena to a match right here, right now. Crowd goes wild. Wrestling fans never learn. Somebody in the audience, Little Frankie was like, yay! Cena versus Punk on Monday Night Raw. You didn't watch Raw for decades. You don't understand how that works, kiddo. Obviously, we're not gonna get that match, you stupid. Well, anyway. I like this part because everybody stood up like, oh my god, are we actually going to see that? Then John Cena says,
No.
what about this? If you want to face me, you gotta do it in Saudi Arabia. I told you, Little Frankie, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, come on, kiddo. I love this. Okay.
Why are you
let's
getting on the
talk
kids,
about it.
Greg?
I'm one of the biggest CM Punk fans in the world. Is
Same.
it hypocritical that he talked so much shit about WWE going to Saudi and now he's going to probably main event the show? Yes. Like, even as the biggest CM Punk fan, I can admit that. Do I care?
Hold on. I have to remember something. I got juice. Hold on, Jack. I'm tripping. I forgot. I had Powerade. Shit good as hell. Alright, let's get back.
Not necessarily. You know, I don't give a shit. It's John Cena versus CM Punk. One part I like about Saudi WWE shows that it starts at normal time in my country, 5 p.m. Love it. But I love that John Cena actually addressed the situation. Sure, everybody knows what CM Punk thinks about WWE traveling to Saudi. So sure, not the character, the person took that opportunity, but at least in kayfabe, John Cena is like, well, you gotta wrestle in Saudi if you truly want that. You know, they don't need to go into it too deep because not the best business decision. I feel like that's as much as we actually need. So, yes, the match was actually later made official. We are getting John Cena versus CM Punk. Sure. You know, I wish it was at Money in the Bank. I kind of wish it was at SummerSlam. It's a very big match.
I want it at SummerSlam, but
Saudi
no, we're not getting
WWE
it.
shows are like, you know, again, on a positive note, we are getting John Cena versus CM Punk, and I'm all for it. Then we see Seth Rollins teasing a cash-in. Before watching Raw, the biggest question was, will Seth Rollins cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Jey Uso? That was also on my mind. I was like, well, Gunther is definitely not winning, but we might see the cash in. Maybe it turns into a triple threat match like at WrestleMania 30. Seth Rollins does the heist again. Then we saw Chad Gable versus AJ Styles. Chad Gable is all banged up, so that was a pretty short match. You know, didn't really bother me. AJ Styles takes a pretty quick victory right here.
Finally, my nigga AJ finally got a W. Like, come on, let's go.
AJ got the W because obviously he got screwed by El Grande Americano, who's very close to Chad Gable. They're like buddies, I guess, maybe even related, I'm not even sure. And Chad Gable losing doesn't mean much right here. He wrestled two very physical matches. By the way, I have seen the Vikingo versus Chad Gable. It breaks my heart that so many people are turning on Chad Gable. We got the Women's King of the Ring qualifying match. This time around, it's all about fatal four-ways, which I don't really mind. Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan, who are almost like in this Judgment Day partnership. So very good match. Y'all know I like triple threats, fatal four-ways, especially on free television. I like the variety. Vince McMahon's WWE made me hate like these six-man tags, so I guess that's why anytime I see something different, I really appreciate it. So Raquel Rodriguez interfered.
Yeah, for those that don't know, bro, at one point it was just six-man tags every fucking week.
Told the story of Liv Morgan and Roxanne being in this Judgment Day thing, but Roxanne was the one who won the match. And obviously Liv Morgan ain't happy about that, something that Nikki Bella later mentioned on the show. John! Oh, John! Becky Lynch was about to enter the ring, and we see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller arguing. The trigger was still not pulled, people. WWE are still teasing this breakup. It's like they teased it for like a month, then for a month we had nothing. They don't even appear on our televisions, well, barely. Come on, just do it already. So Becky enters the ring, boasts about her legacy as a
Triple Mania for Lucha Libre is happening this Sunday, basically. Yeah, I heard about that. And it's a whole bunch of people. Fucking, oh my God. Joe Henry's going to be on there. A whole bunch of other people from TNA is going to be on there. Lucha, of course, is going to be on there. Bro, it's going to be crazy. Hopefully, am I going to be off? I don't think I'm going to be off to watch it. So I have to catch highlights.
Champion, Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber winner, the first woman to main event WrestleMania, and a best-selling author. The Intercontinental Championship right now is the greatest prize in wrestling because she holds it. We see Lyra Valkyria. Lynch accused Valkyria of ruining her weekend and claimed she tried to kill her after losing to Lynch.
I don't like how small the title looks. Like, granted, this is Becky Lynch, and she's not the biggest-looking woman wrestler, right? But that title looks small as fuck in her arm, bro. Look how small that shit look. I don't like it.
In the back.
Like,
demanding an apology. You're a crazy bird lady. So I'm enjoying this, but remember what I said, people? It's all about Bayley. It's all about Bayley because Bayley came back. She attacked Becky Lynch. It is happening, people. So the story got interesting. We got some progression. New champion plus Bayley's return. Bayley got screwed by Becky Lynch. Now we can have that match for the IC Championship. Better yet, we might even get a triple threat match later down the line. So I'm very excited about it. I think WWE are nailing it with the story. It got slow at one point, but now it just picked up, and I was probably, you know, way too quick to judge. But then R-Truth stands up on the commentary table, addresses the crowd saying that their voices matter, and thanks everybody for bringing him back. He's back for the people, not just as the comedic R-Truth, but as someone different and alive. He pulled out scissors, cut off his braids, and proclaimed, "The truth has set me free. I am Ron Killings." Holy shit, Chance, what a moment. Something you probably should watch on YouTube at least.
Biggest woman I'm giving it to Jordan Grace. What do you mean? Like, you talking about how small the title looks? Or what? What do you mean by that? Explain.
Because when I'm explaining it, it sounds so stupid. So R-Truth stands up on the table and cuts his hair. That sounds lame. That sounds horrible. But when you actually watch the segment, it's this message. He's no longer R-Truth, which is also kind of interesting because people wanted R-Truth. That's why he was so popular, because of his comedic side. Not a problem for me though, because I'm excited about his character development. It might be one of his greatest WWE runs ever, which is kinda crazy that is happening just now. But, you know, it's also kinda interesting how
Ron Killings as a world champion or intercontinental champion?
people
I wouldn't mind
like the character. That's why they cheered for him.
When it comes to like physical features, like how tall and how strong, Jordan Grace. Oh yeah. This chick, yeah. I remember her. Yeah. She's fucking jacked. Who is she? She kissing a black man? Who is this? I didn't know she was in a black man. All right. Anyways, yeah. She's probably for shit show. She is outside of Rhea Ripley. Yes, and I only say Rhea Ripley because she's just super duper fucking tall. And the Nia Jax, I mean, for obvious reasons. But, yeah, Jordan Grace, definitely up there, for shit sure.
And when he's back, he's no longer with that character. It's interesting. Triple H
and Jordan Grace isn't that tall, though. She's not as tall as, Rhea Ripley. She's really not that tall at all.
With R-Truth on
she's kind of like average, compared to other wrestlers, she's like average size. Of course, like, people like us, normal-looking motherfuckers, she looks tall.
X, you can tell he hates it. You can tell he hates it. I can read people's minds.
Wait, what did he say?
Hates it. It's interesting. Triple H posted a picture with R-Truth on X. You can tell he hates it. You can tell he hates it. I can read people's minds. I can read people's minds. What I also like about this new character is that I have no idea what's gonna happen next.
Me either.
I have no idea, zero idea what the plans are. I mean, John Cena is focusing now on CM Punk. What R-Truth is going to do? It's so wild. Here's what I like. Another King of the Ring qualifying match, right? Sammy, Dom, Penta, Braun obviously enjoyed the match. So many great talent right here. Tournament's always had a special place in my heart, people. But LA Knight interferes, attacks Braun Breaker, Wild Cloud, and Sami Zayn takes the W. Then Karrion Kross says, "Good job, you're a manipulator."
What is going on with Karrion Kross,
Sami
bro?
says, "No, I'm just good enough, and I'm good enough to win the World Championship. Stay out of my business." Basically the same promo every week, unfortunately. Can we just get Karrion actually in front of an audience? But let's talk about LA Knight. This means, I think, LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. LA Knight being in a rivalry against Seth is a big deal. It's a huge deal. Now, my
Dude, she effortlessly choked a grown man out of the arena NXT security, but still. Oh yeah, I remember that. She made him look like he was a bitch. Like, that shit was crazy. I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Ideas, people, the worst ideas. One of those ideas is telling my stupid ass big ass forehead. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins for the Money in the Bank briefcase. LA Knight wins. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. I would love it. Nah, seriously.
It's so stupid.
But you know, him being in a rivalry against Seth Rollins is a big deal. I almost expected WWE to just put him in the mid card again, and then just, you know, get all the other guys over, which, come on. But then we got Nikki Bella. She's excited to be back. She hypes up Evolution and praises the women's division.
What is she here for? I don't understand. Me personally, I don't really get it.
She called Stephanie Vauquer Wakwa or something. Stephanie Wakwa. John, I love these women. They're so great. Especially Stephanie Wakwa. It happens to the best of us. Once I called Julia Gulia. Well, that's how you read it in my language, at least, man. Anyway, Liv Morgan interrupts. She calls Nikki jealous. Basically, this set up a match at Evolution, I'm pretty sure. Liv Morgan says, "You're all alone." Obviously, it's no longer John time. And Nikki says, "Well, nobody knows who Dominic belongs to." So we got a fight, and Liv came out on top. So obviously, a match at WWE Evolution, which is pretty exciting. Then we got Gunther versus Jay, World Heavyweight Championship. The result we got, the most simple result, is something I didn't see coming. The match was alright. You know, we've seen it so many times, I didn't really care about it that much. I was just waiting for that big moment. Gunther! Why are you disrespecting legends? I've been watching the WWE product, Gunther.
Maybe Nikki Bella and Brie Bella will come back and challenge for the women's tag team titles. I haven't heard shit about Brie. I don't know where the fuck she's at. I just don't, bro. She been hyped for so long to come back, bro. I just don't care. If it ain't AJ Lee, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, the only people that can make me hype for a return in the women's division at this point is AJ Lee. What was the high flying chick with the Hardys that she went to Edge? Lita. That's really about it, bro. Maybe Michelle McCool. Maybe. Yeah, Lita. I don't, bro. It's just shit. Bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. If it ain't AJ Lee, I don't care, bro. Fam, AJ Lee had my heart as a kid. This is my heart. And this is her hand. She had that hoe. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck.
I'm eating. My wife is eating, and Gage is eating. But now, Gunther locks him in. Jey Uso passes out. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Pyro, everybody is confused, shocked, and that's how the show ends. So many questions. Let's start with the first one. What's gonna happen with Seth Rollins? If Seth Rollins was meant to become the World Heavyweight Champion...
For me, it was Eve Torres, if you remember her. I don't remember. Eve Torres. Yeah, I thought she was kind of mid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Not her looks, but just her wrestling. I didn't really care too much for her, bro. AJ Lee was just the one, bro. AJ Lee was the one, fam. AJ, bro. It's the first name you see pop up. She the one, bro. She was the chosen one. She was the chosen one, bro. She was her. If it ain't her, I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Why wouldn't they do that right now? Why do this?
And of course, you know what I'm saying, Bailey. I fuck with Bailey, but
hot potato shit.
it's
Or
AJ Lee, bro.
Seth Rollins gonna hold that Money in the Bank briefcase for a very long time. Very confusing. Very confusing, man, but in a way I kind of appreciate it because I like unpredictability in professional wrestling. I can definitely see Sami Zayn winning the championship and Seth Rollins cashes in right away. Now let's talk about Gunther being the world
I would hate that. I would hate that for my man, Sammy, bro, because he finally gets the piece of the gold.
Champion. Not the most exciting thing because we've seen it so recently. I get it though, and I'm happy for Gunther. So when it comes to Gunther being a champion, don't really have much to say. You know,
yeah.
I did feel like his first championship title reign was kinda, I wouldn't even say too short. It's just that we didn't get enough cool shit, enough interesting opponents. He spent majority of it facing Jey Uso, and for a wrestler like Gunther, we kinda won these dream matches. When it comes to Jey Uso losing the championship, I'm feeling so many different emotions, man. You know, believe it or not, I did not hate Jey Uso. I think he's fine. It's just that WWE turned him into this
spectacle
eating machine. I didn't like that. But I also feel like, why did he win the championship in the first place then? He didn't do shit with it. At least now we can say, yes, he won the championship, and he definitely deserved it. He earned it. He was so interesting, you know, since 2020. But I also feel like he wasn't even given that big of a chance. Because when you
maybe that was the issue with both of their reigns then.
Think about it. Ever since Mania, 90% of his promo segments were basically big entrance, stops, yeet again. And then he's like, one word, yeet. I'll retain the championship. Oos. That's it. Not a single segment, not a single match that I can right now at least think of that was particularly good. The only highlight was probably the tag team match, but that was not for the world championship. I'm so confused about this. You know, in a way, I feel like it wasn't even Jay's fault. It's just that WWE creative was so shit during that time. People, make sure to go to my Reddit, post something about this. I'm very interested in your opinions. I'll react to it on the next Reddit video, but let's end the video with this, with a question to y'all. The Great Forehead community, the greatest wrestling community on the planet, pristine. Is Jey Uso another one of these wrestlers who's never going to become a world champion again in the WWE?
He might be, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Pentagon of Phoenix going against the Usos. Now that's a match I would pay to see. Actually, if not the Usos, then I would say New Day. I feel like New Day and Usos are on the same level as far as greatest tags of all time. In my opinion, I think the Usos and New Day deserve to be in that conversation for sure. But that's just me personally. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that. But they gotta figure out a way to get Penta and Phoenix together, bro. Like, they're too separated right now.
What is going on, guys?
So alright, so this is WrestleMania, another news place that I get my shit from, that I react to. So this will be the second video that we do, and then after this, if I don't have any more news, we'll go into the cage match for today.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the real reason Jey Uso lost the WWE World
Ooh, shit.
title. Jey Uso gives an emotional promo after losing.
Yep.
The WWE star set for a huge push. WWE is worried. WWE spoils a major return, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good. Is number 1, Cena versus Punk.
Yep.
WWE Champion John Cena kicked off Raw. Just as his typical heel promo was getting going, he would be interrupted by his arch rival, CM Punk. Punk cut a passionate promo filled with continuity and motive, and now it looks set that Punk will face Cena at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Now obviously a lot of fans are expecting this to be a huge swerve, as it remains unclear if Punk is actually working Saudi. Nevertheless, the chemistry between Punk and Cena is still apparent, and the inevitable match is destined to result in huge box office for WWE. Number 2, Roxanne advances. WWE's consistent push of Roxanne Perez can...
People really don't think Punk is going to work in Saudi Arabia? I mean, bro, do you want some money or not? That's how I think about it. Like, you did it. You came back all these years later, bro. Just give us the match. Punk, bro. I love you. You're my favorite current wrestler, bro. Just work. Just work, please. Because we know you ain't got that much time left. You got maybe 3 to 5 years left with us, bro. Same thing. John, this is his last year, so... Come on, man. Let's just get it done. I don't see why he wouldn't do it anyway, knowing this is John's last year. He only got 19 dates left. Just fucking work.
Ripley was a firm favorite to win this match and win the entire tournament, so this was a nice change of pace. Perez's work has been excellent since being called up to the main roster, and it's refreshing to see WWE push a relatively new star up the card in the women's division. Number 3, Bayley is back. Now at last, Bayley is back in WWE. She made her presence felt during Becky Lynch's promo segment, and hopefully this time WWE hits a home run with Becky vs Lynch program. Now it's heavily likely that the two are destined for a match at Evolution 2, but there are still a number of events before WWE arrives.
I would say save it and let them do something at SummerSlam. Let them have, bro, please. Let Bayley have her big moment. Don't do it at Night of Champions. As much as I'm excited for Evolution, don't do it at Evolution. Let her have her moment at SummerSlam. That's how I would do it.
Ron Killings promo. Ron Killings cut a fired-up promo on Raw. He would climb onto the announce table, cut his locks off, before declaring that he's now not R-Truth, but Ron Killings. Killings would explain why he's decided to ditch the R-Truth persona, and he delivered the promo with total conviction. This was outstanding work from Killings, and this serious side of Truth has all the potential in the world. Perhaps next week we might see him smoking a cigarette in the arena again. Number 5,
that'd be funny.
Sammy advances. Now the men's King of the Ring bracket is truly stacked with names such as Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. On Raw last night, Penta, Sami Zayn, Dominic Mysterio, and Braun Breaker collided in the King of the Ring qualifier. And as expected,
hold on.
Zayn would advance, and he has to be considered.
Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes. Ooh. Then you got Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Shin Nakamura, and Andre. Then you got Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and then a mystery candidate. Bro, let Chad Gable get in that, bro. Or, bro, oh my God. If they put Americano in that shit, that'd be funny as fuck. But, all right, I'm going to make my predictions now, Chad. This is what I think. I think LA Knight is going to advance. Actually, I take the back. I think either LA Knight or Carmelo Hayes is going to advance. As much as I love Randy winning would be cool. Actually, I guess, fuck that. All right, scratch that. It'll be Randy Orton out of the bottom left on SmackDown. And then I see Cody Rhodes winning on the top right of SmackDown. And then this bottom, because this isn't at stacked, I'm guessing that fourth person right here is going to be the one that's a wild card. So they will win. I don't see Sheamus or Rusev or Bronson Reed winning, bro. I'm going to be honest. I really don't. Unless Bronson Reed wins, goes on to win the entire tournament, and then they turn into a Batista Triple H type of thing with the Seth Rollins faction. Other than that, I don't see that nigga winning at all. So it's either he wins this match and wins the whole thing, or he loses and it ends from there. That's just me personally, though. So I got Sammy, Randy, Rhodes, and Mystery. Or I got Sammy, Orton, Rhodes, and Reed. But Reed ended up winning the whole... If he wins this first match, he wins the entire thing. I'm be honest. If he wins this first match, in my opinion, he's probably going to win the entire tournament. But
And as expected,
those are my predictions right there.
as Zayn would advance, and he has to be considered one of the favorites for the crown come Night of Champions. Number 6, LA Knight to Raw. Now, LA Knight is finally doing something fresh. He would appear during the King of the Ring qualifier and ambush Braun Breaker. It's been reported that LA is going to feud with Seth Rollins ahead of Night of Champions, and this is a welcome change of pace when it comes to the booking of the former US champion, especially after he came up short in the Money in the Bank match. Number 7, Nikki versus Liv. And Nikki Bella is officially back on Raw, and it appears that WWE will be booking Bella versus Liv Morgan at Evolution 2. Nikki Bella would be interrupted by Morgan during a promo on Raw, and this is naturally going to be presented as a past versus present showcase when it comes to the build of the matchup. And a new world champion. Now we have a new world champion, and one of the most shocking match outcomes in recent memory, Gunther defeated Jake.
In the words of Conan, the guy who did commentary with Corey Graves or World Collides, he said, "You see any Lucha or AAA wrestle a bear, help the bear." Yeah. Well, I just don't see a lot of many other than outside of AAA. I need to see more.
Jey Uso clean to win the world title for the second time in his career. Fans firmly expected either a Goldberg return or a Seth Rollins cash-in, but WWE decided to outright give Gunther another reign as champion.
Right.
WWE deserves a ton of praise for doing something highly unexpected, and hopefully they book Gunther's second reign considerably better than his inaugural run, because that really wasn't great. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number 1, just break them up already. Now, the ongoing issues between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller continued on Raw, and it looks like WWE are now presenting the issues for comedic effect. As Becky Lynch was walking through the backstage area, the two could have been seen having a comedic-style argument in the back. Are WWE going to finally now break these two up and turn Austin Theory babyface? This situation has gone on so long that Jacob Fatu has debuted, aligned with the Bloodline, and then broken up with the Bloodline. All in that time, they've been teasing a breakup. It's just got to come to an end. Number 2, Io Sky. The WWE seems insistent on placing World Champion Io Sky in backstage segments on Raw. Last night, the only time she appeared on the show was for a backstage segment with Nikki Bella where Sky would put over Bella. Why are WWE outright refusing to feature her in a meaningful role? Hopefully things improve as we roll into Evolution 2 next month.
Yeah, that has to... Come on, bro. It's Io fucking Sky.
The show was arguably one of the best editions of the Red brand in recent months, and the surprise title change certainly presented the show as must-see television. Everything just flowed beautifully last night, whether it was Ron Killings' promo, the major returns of Asuka, Nikki Bella, and Bayley, and of course, the shock.
I think I'm about to get my own Netflix fucking subscription, bro, because I can't keep missing Raw. I miss Raw every week only because I share a Netflix account with my family, and I can't ever sign into it because Netflix is fucking... no yeet. Like, it's just not fucking good.
What did you guys think of the Red brand last night?
Chet, I think I'm gonna start. I think it's time for me to get my own Netflix account, bro, because this is getting ridiculous.
Comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at the real reason why Jey Uso lost the WWE World title. Our top story today looks at the real reason as to why Jey Uso dropped the world title on Raw. Main event, Jey Uso dropping the world title to Gunther on Raw was one of the most shocking title changes in recent memory. Fans firmly expected either a Money in the Bank cash-in or a Goldberg return, but WWE decided to deliver the unthinkable and deliver a Gunther world title
I got
win.
T-Mobile so I can Netflix
Gunther
for free
himself
because I'm
referenced
with
that
him.
everyone
Must be
expected
fucking
either a
nice.
cash-in or a Goldberg return on the post-Raw show, so it's entirely possible that WWE didn't want to deliver what everyone expected. But when it comes to Jey Uso's world title reign, it wasn't exactly being met with rave reviews by fans. Additionally, it's also been reported by Corey Hayes that WWE will be putting a new focus on in-ring action in the summer months.
Chat, we got our fucking prayers answered. It's about fucking time they start focusing on the ring. I'm sorry, Jay. Excellent draw for the kids. Really cool. But my nigga, it's time to focus on that ring quality, my man.
And there's not a better wrestler to lead the charge for this than the ring general himself, Gunther.
Yes.
WWE giving Gunther another shot is in everyone's best interest, as they sadly flopped when it came to the execution of his inaugural run. A lot of the criticism directed towards the initial reign was that Gunther stayed away from all the top names, but now they actually have a chance to deliver a reign for the ages and allow him to wrestle names such as CM Punk, while that being on television, John Cena, Seth Rollins, and
I don't think he should wrestle John, because in my opinion, if he wrestles John, he should beat John because he's the better wrestler. Like, please, WWE, do not make him go towards anywhere near John unless John has help. If John has help, then Gunther will win. But if Gunther is first, no, because it's not gonna make any sense for Gunther to lose at all.
Removing Jay from the world title picture now allows him to explore new ground as a babyface, and a reunion with his brother Jimmy as the Usos doesn't seem too far-fetched at this time. Another key factor in why WWE decided to deliver a title change is that it massively shakes up the product.
Yep.
Unexpected world title changes make the product must-see, and if the fans are tuning into Raw on Netflix not having a clue what could happen in big matches, it makes the product incredibly exciting. There is now the chance that if Goldberg does return and faces Gunther in his final match ever...
I think I heard something about Goldberg, just his body isn't holding up well right now, so that's why he didn't return yet, but maybe I'm wrong.
World title. Let's just hope WWE doesn't do the unthinkable then. Next up, Jey Uso gives an emotional promo after losing. Following Raw, the now former world champion Jey Uso cut a passionate promo in front of fans, and it was arguably one of Jay's standout promos. Jay would introduce the fans to his son Jace before putting over Gunther in a major way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my youngest son Jace. I'm so happy I brought him on the road with me this weekend. Y'all have seen him a couple of times on videos with me. Even though I lost, I'm so glad he was here with me, traveling the road with me. I really want to say I'm sorry to my son. I'm sorry to everybody here. I fought my ass off. Gunther is that dude. One of the best athletes, one of the best pros I've ever stepped foot in the ring with. At the end of the night, I got hella respect for that man. So give it up for Gunther. But I'm gonna run it back. Jay will conclude his promo by thanking everyone for coming and telling the fans how blessed he is to perform in front of them. Next up, a WWE star set for a huge push. Jade Cargill is set for a major push as WWE rolls into Evolution 2
That is a woman.
next month.
That's all I can say.
According to a new report from PW Insider Elite, Cargill will be pushed up the card and will reportedly face Naomi in a singles match on the show. WWE is expected to start setting the storylines for July's Evolution pay-per-view this week. Given that the show is set for Atlanta, PWInsiderElite.com has been told that we can expect a big push given to Jade Cargill leading into the event as she's local from that area. So from a promotional standpoint, it's a great hook to help move tickets. Now the report also added, while plans are always subject to change, the early word over the weekend was that Naomi would be facing Jade Cargill at Evolution.
Hey, that's why I said I could only say so much. I just said she was a woman. That was it. I let it go. I didn't say nothing else after that.
Cargill in recent media interviews after Money in the Bank on the WWE post-pay-per-view show, Naomi said that she wanted Jade and then to challenge Tiffany Stratton. Given how much of a tear Naomi has been on with her current heel run and this past weekend's Money in the Bank victory, if they do go with Naomi versus Cargill, it'll be interesting to see who WWE books to go over and whether each go from there in terms of their personal storylines beyond that.
I would say let Jade win. Let Jade beat her this time. Let Naomi win the title from Tiffany. And then let them do a rematch with a triple threat. That's how I would do it. Make it more interesting. That's how I would actually book it. I ain't gonna lie. I need to be a booker for WWE. They would love me. Everything would just make more sense if I was a booker for the big brand, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Show. Now it's unknown
WWE holla at your boy.
Card, but we do know that Nikki Bella will be wrestling, and solely based on a Raw appearance, it appears that she will be having a match with Liv Morgan. Next up, we want LA Knight trends. Due to fan outcry regarding LA Knight failing to win the Money in the Bank match this past weekend, fans are using the platform on X to voice their displeasure. Hashtag We Want LA Knight was trending yesterday, and fans were sharing their reasoning as to why WWE should push LA into a main event level role. LA made a surprise appearance on Raw last night, attacking Braun Breaker, so WWE are at least positioning him in a prominent role on the show. And now there are plans to have him feud against Seth Rollins. Next up, WWE spoils a major return. The WWE have received some criticism for announcing major returns ahead of time, and they decided to do it yet again on last night's Raw. On last night's broadcast, WWE announced via both the Queen of the Ring bracket as well as a vignette that former Women's Champion Asuka will be returning.
Asuka, let's go! Asuka!
The promo came after the fact that fans saw Asuka in the bracket itself, so we kind of spoilt it from there. Asuka has been out of action with a serious injury for a considerable amount of time, so this is definitely a return that could have been kept top secret. If they wanted to include Asuka in the Queen of the Ring bracket, they could have easily used a to-be-decided style tease similar to what they're doing for the King of the Ring bracket, as there's a mystery man that's going to be competing in that tournament. Is it going to be Mr. Iguana making his main roster debut? Next up, WWE is worried. A fan demand to see Ron Killings led to the WWE pivoting when they came to cutting ties with Killings, and this fan outcry has WWE executives officially rattled. According to the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, there is concern that fans could influence the next round of cuts. They didn't count on this. WWE, it's funny because the whole thing is, it does prove the fans have a voice, and some people have gone, well, now that the fans know they have a voice and they can, hijack the show, which is exactly what everyone in WWE, I don't say everyone, but most people in WWE on the top side are in fear of. And now all of a sudden they did that, and it basically says like what happens with the next round of cuts.
Well, y'all did it to yourselves, bro. Y'all just decided to look at one aspect of the company and not look at everything as a whole. Like, that's y'all fault. Y'all put yourselves in this fucking predicament. No one else.
It's like before, it's one thing where it's like whatever, but this next round of cuts, it's like people are gonna go, hey, we could just get this guy back if we're sad. Now, he's definitely right in the sense that fans made WWE change their executive decision. However, fans protesting regarding an executive decision isn't anything new. You can even date this kind of fan behavior back 2 decades ago with the infamous firing of Matt Hardy, as fans rallied and managed to get him back on WWE television. And finally, is Limp Bizkit's Fred Durst making a new WWE theme? Now, our final story today looks at the chances of Fred Durst making a theme song for a top WWE star. Durst took to Instagram to state that he would be interested in producing a theme song for Bron Breakker. Naturally, due to Def Rebel's less than stellar reputation when it comes to theme songs, fans were elated when a big name wanting to work with WWE in the music department could come true. There's no news of yet as to whether WWE are really planning on taking Durst up on his offer, but at least it's out there. Another outside name that is pushing to make WWE themes is Metro Boomin. Boomin now wants to produce Ron Killings' new WWE theme, but according to Killings himself, he plans on keeping his original theme song that he's had since 2008. As disappointing as that sounds, it's a smart move on Truth's behalf, as he owns the rights to that music. He made it himself. But there you have it, folks. The wildest
okay. All right. That actually makes a lot more sense. How about to say, damn, well, at least let my man remix it or something. Yeah, give it